another episode of Real Hair Crimes here on the Babe Hair Extensions YouTube channel. Remember to like, subscribe, and you're going to want to leave a comment on this one. Stay tuned. As always, my name is Courtney and I am your host, and I have got a very interesting crime for you, and I'm going to actually need your help solving it, thus the comments. So let's get started. So this story starts out like this. This was a couple years ago, and this client contacted me and said she wanted her hair extensions done. And I was like, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna need to schedule a consultation. You're gonna come in, I'm gonna talk about your hair goals, which method would be best for you to wear. We'll do a color match and I'll get everything ordered. And then we'll schedule your installation for a couple days after. And she was like, so I've already ordered the hair. I ordered it from... We interrupt this program to talk about how the client got her hands on hair in the first place. So there are things called e-commerce hair brands, which means that the client can just go ahead and purchase, unsupervised, anything they want to. Then you have your professional only brands like Babe Hair Extensions, where you must have a valid cosmetology license to purchase anything and everything from the website. Or go through a distributor, which you also need a valid cosmetology license for. Back to you, Courtney. I'm not going to say where it was from. But it is a reputable company, so kudos for that. And I just like to pause right here for just a second. And I love this stylist's response to, I really want hair extensions. She's like, great, we're going to talk about your hair goals. Such a great question. Like, what is your goal? Like, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about the method that might be best for your hair to wear, color match, the whole nine. So I love that response. So even if you're like seeing somebody for the first time or not, having that full-on consultation, always a great idea. So, client ordered the hair from a place, and so the stylist was like, okay, so at least I know that it's a reputable company, but who says it's the right color, and exactly how many packs and which method did you order? Okay, so she said, I know that was fusions, and I think, if I remember correctly, she had ordered about 5 packs. And just like in the stylist's mind, she was like, I just knew it wouldn't be enough. I knew it just would not be enough hair. And I said all that. I told her, told the client all of that. And she said, well, I think it'll be fine. And I was like, well, okay. So here she comes in, and sure as crap, her hair was short enough that she definitely would have needed more packs so that I could blend everything out. Also, it was one of those situations where like it was just one solid color. And just because you might have like, let's say black hair, does not mean that all hair color extensions, all hair colors of extensions are created the same, which is also why we always encourage you guys to mix and match your colors. So even if you have like a solid black color, there are a couple levels of, black in our swatch ring. So we have our deepest color, number 1, and then we have a 1B, which is like slightly lighter. But even with that, sometimes you may need to throw in even like number 2, which is like a kind of dark brown color to kind of blend out all of those things. So we never really suggest using one solid color if you want a more natural blend. So this client showed up with one solid color and only 5 packs of fusion hair. Okay. So I just knew, the stylist said, that I could blend everything out to make it look decent, but it wasn't going to look great. Okay. But what do I know? I'm just a professional. So the stylist says, I'm like, well, I need to manage these expectations right now. And I'm also going to have to install this hair today, I guess, because that's what she brought. And we're going to talk about why I do things the way I do them. So they had this whole conversation, and thankfully the stylist was really good, she said, at creative placement and blending everything out. So the stylist said at the end, I knew she was super, super happy, but like anytime I see photos, it just like makes my eye twitch. So how many of you guys can relate to that as stylists? You're like, okay, so the client's super happy, which is a win. But like in your stylist's soul, you're like, man, that could have been so much better. So the real hair crime in this situation is the fact that the client brought her own hair, only chose the one color, and that was kind of it, Also, as you guys may or may not know, our single strand hair extensions, you need a lot more packs of those single strand hair extensions because you need the coverage. You're only one little kind of, for lack of a better word, like ropey piece of hair, right? So you really need all of the extra packages of hair to create the desired result. So there's all the hair crime, but how would you solve this crime? I want you guys to let me know how you guys are going to solve this crime, and put it in the comments below. And then next week, we're going to talk about that and give you a whole nother hair crime. Okay? So today's mission, should you choose to accept it, comment below and tell me how you will solve this hair crime. And guess what? I'm going to throw in a photo just for help for, visual people for future reference. Okay, so I'm going to pop a video up here, right here. Here's your video. Here's your inspiration. Okay, so take a look at that and think about how you would have solved this hair crime. If the client came to you with 5 packages of fusion hair, said put them in, what would you do? Okay, all right, so that's your mission should you choose to accept it. What crimes will we come up with next? You'll have to wait and see. But until next time, I want you guys to go ahead and check out our TikTok at Babe Hair, our Instagram at Babe Hair. Of course, come right back here weekly. We have weekly videos on Fridays typically. And then if you're a stylist, check out our Babe Solutions Academy, Babe U. And that's on our babehairextensions.com. We'll see you next time, crime solvers.